last, let me touch on this lastly before we leave. And I sent out. You guys know I do the quote of the day and all that stuff from Whatnot, and I got this. Oh my gosh, I got like 15 more tweets now, so I'm not gonna. I may have to read through these, but so I did I shared a quote of the day by Jason's good buddy Daniel Presley, right? And my quote of the day said, "Mondays don't suck, your job does. If you don't wake up each morning excited to get to work when you need to find a new job, the day that you decide to follow your passion will be the last day you dread going to work," right? I like that quote, right? Everyone's like, Mondays suck, and I love Mondays. I wake up excited. This is my favorite day. I like the Q&A better than the live trading, just because the live trading is unique and robotic and predictable because I follow a plan religiously. The Q&A is kind of unique. Right? It's like, ooh, what are they going to ask today? Sometimes you guys stump me and the wheels really start turning in my head. And then the original quote from Daniel Presley was, "Success isn't about working hard. It's about totally geeking out on a topic, passionately running down rabbit holes, discovering ideas people need to know about and shouting about it," right? So it's following your passion. It's doing something that you love and investing yourself and really becoming a nerd, right? I used to make fun of myself and call myself a trading nerd. Now I embrace it, right? Some of you guys are probably the same way, where like, Latch is like digging into the RSI, looking at every little ebb and flow, and people are like, what are you doing, man? He's like, no, did you see the wiggle? Did you see how it responded to the 50%? Ooh, right? Geeking out and discovering things, and it's awesome just because we love it, right? And this guy, I'll give him some shameless promotion, Twitter handle, Less Stuff, Less Waste, Easy Eco Living, which part of me is thinking like, this is just a shameless plug. He's responding to this in a weird type of way, either because he's a very closed-minded individual that is fearful, or he wants to get into a conversation because he knows I got 18,000 followers. He knows Daniel Presley's got a lot more than that, and he's going to get his name all up in our feed, right, and get some promo. So he says, sometimes people are not in a position to find new jobs. Sometimes people fight hard to get and keep crappy jobs because they have no choice. Now, what do you guys think about that? Sometimes people are not in a position to find new jobs. Sometimes people fight hard to get and keep crappy jobs because they have no choice. Tell you what I think. I'm calling BS all day. Big pile of bull. Big pile of bull. Because you know what we have? There's one thing in life that we have, right? We may not be blessed with the right genetics. We may not be blessed with, coming from the best family, having the right situation. But if there's one thing we have in this world, we always have a choice. Unless I am a robot that is programmed and someone is literally controlling me with a remote control, we always have a choice. Always. Is it always the best choice? No. But we always have a choice. And I was waiting. I didn't read the comments yet. I'll scroll down them. But I was waiting for him to talk about something like slavery, because that's where my mind always goes. Where it's like slavery doesn't have a choice. And I know people don't like, people tiptoe around that topic, right? I don't really care. You guys know me, right? Slaves didn't have a choice. They were forced to be slaves. They had to be slaves. No, they didn't. Now, was their choice better necessarily? Maybe not, right? You had a choice to fight and refuse to work, right? Now, the result of that choice is you probably ended up dead or beaten or whipped or even worse, right? But was there a choice? There's a choice. Again, was it a good choice? It's a choice between being a slave or dying. Probably not the best options and choices, but you have a choice. And eventually there were many slaves that escaped. Well, guess what they made when they escaped? A choice. If they were caught, bad news. But the ones that made it, they look back and was that a right choice? Yes, it was. There's always a choice. And that's probably the most extreme example I can think of. but there is always a choice. I remember the time I got mugged growing up, right? And the guy's like, basically, give me your money or I'm going to kill you. Now, I gave him my money because that's the choice I made, but did I have to give him my money? Was I forced to give him my money? No, I could have stood and fought. Maybe he was bluffing. Maybe I would have won and kept my money and my dignity. Maybe I would have lost and been dead. But the point is, I had a choice. There's always a choice. I don't see any situation where you don't have a choice. And that's what I responded to this guy. I said, there's always a choice. It may be difficult. It may require sacrifice, but there's always a choice. Anything else is just an excuse created from fear. And this is coming from someone who made the choice to clean toilets at night because it created time for me to follow my dreams. Do you guys think I liked cleaning toilets? Do you know what preschoolers leave in toilets? Some of you guys have babies. You know what's in there. No, I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. But it made me money. It opened up time during the day to focus on other things that I enjoyed. And it was a choice. It was a choice I made. I said, you know what? I'm not going to do this for the rest of my life, but I'll invest doing this for a year or so to earn some money so that I can do something else better with the rest of my life. I'm not cleaning a toilet again, unless it's my own personal toilet. So I made a choice to invest some time in doing something I didn't want to do for a very short period of time so that I can provide myself the opportunity to do something that I enjoy for the rest of my life. And that comes on betting on yourself, saying, hey, I bet on myself to be successful. Right? His response was, you had a choice to clean toilets. Many people don't. Again, complete bull. I said, we have a choice in everything we do in life. I challenge you to give me an example where there is no choice. Just keep in mind, having a choice is different than having a better choice. But regardless, it's a choice. I look forward to your response. He says, I'm privileged, lucky, and I work hard, so good things generally come my way. I don't think that's a great way to start your point. But I'm privileged, lucky, and I work hard, so good things generally come my way, right? There have been times when, as the sole income in our single-parent family, I've had to do things I hated. Had I not, we would have been homeless. Look at the careers for people who have little choice. Now, here's what's interesting, right? How does that sentence end? Look at the careers for people who had who had not a Look for people's careers of people that had little choice. You still had a choice. You still had a choice. Like the slavery or the example of me getting mugged, all right? Maybe the choices were limited. Give money, get killed, right? Right? You only have 2 choices instead of 4. Little choice. We always have a choice. And yeah, I clap, Taylor. Like stuff like this pisses me off, man. It's a mindset thing. It's a mindset. And it all comes from fear. And I hear it all the time, right? This is one of the reasons I involved myself with that program called Deliberate Success. It's a program where we work with college students. My buddy Bob Vasile does it with high school students as well. But it's programmed to develop a successful mindset and to literally, right, change the neural pathways in your brain so you believe that you could do something. That you're not stuck into being only what you're supposed to be. Oh, right? I'm black, from the hood, I can't go to college, I can't become a doctor, I can't become president. Oh, I'm poor, I'm from a rural area, I can't do this, I can't speak properly, I can't do that, right? We're programmed to do stuff or to think a certain way. Women, it's a lot worse. It is a lot worse with women because it's built up over many, many, many more years. Where they are basically, you guys may not know that, a lot of women are programmed to be less confident than men. It is a scientific thing. It's not a dig on women. It's not saying they can't be more confident in men, but just from like society and how we've been since we've evolved, They are programmed to be less confident. Hey, you shouldn't speak up. Hey, you shouldn't lend your opinion. And a lot of women are afraid to do that because of those societal traits, which have become really actual things in their brains. But you can reprogram all that stuff. It's not online. I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to get him to do it online. I think he ran into some problem with some trademark problems where the trademark deliberate success program was already taken. But I'm going to do an interview with him sometime. He's a little bit nervous about getting it out there to like the world. But it's a great program. We do it with again the college athletes. But there's always a choice, man. There's always a choice. So the last one after this person makes my point that we have little choice, right? Boom, I win. Checkmate, by the way. He says, look at people who cannot afford to get job interviews for crappy 0-hour contracts. Does it cost money to get a job interview? And that's a real question. I'm just not familiar with how it is in different places. I know here in America it doesn't, but I don't know if it costs money. It would seem like a good, I mean, it would be sleazy, but as a business, you seem like you'd make a lot of money by charging for job interviews. But I just don't know. So it could be, But look at people who cannot afford to get job interviews for crappy 0-hour contracts. Look at people whose benefits are sanctioned at 20 euros a week, 20 pounds a week, because of clerical errors. Look at moms who will always put their kids first, so cannot make sacrifices that will affect. Now, again, let's take the example of moms or parents that put their children first. And I know a lot of parents that do that. Hats off to all of you. And in fact, as a parent, you should always put your children first. You should always do what's in the betterment of your children. For you guys that maybe grew up in situations where it was hard getting food on the plate, I know a lot of parents that, guess what? They skip dinner so their kids can eat. And I think that's the ultimate sacrifice as a food lover myself. They skip dinner so their kids can eat. They skipped recitals and plays and sporting events so they can work extra hours to put food on the plate. Right? But let me ask you guys this. Are there not parents out there that do the opposite? I just read, and this is very sad news, I just read 2 stories over the weekend about a mom who I think she killed both of her kids because it was interfering with her work. How many stories do we hear about people throwing babies out in dumpsters, young moms and stuff like that? How many stories do we hear about parents taking their kids and just dropping them off at shelters? Right? And it's unfortunate, but it happens all the time. Greg said he heard of a mom who put her kid in the microwave. I heard that too. Yeah, it happens all the time. The point is, not to get morbid on you guys, but for those good parents out there who sacrifice everything for their kids, guess what they're making? A choice. They don't have to. It's the right choice. In my opinion, it's the only choice. Right? I couldn't see myself making another choice. Right? It's the only choice to make, but it's still a choice. They don't have to. They don't have to. If you don't like your job, you can quit and be homeless. If you don't like sacrificing for your kids, you can eat all the food and let them starve. You have choices. And if you don't think that you have a choice, if you don't think that you have 100% control over your life, you're mistaken. And those are thoughts of a fearful individual. It's no different than in the trading world where it's like, oh, I can't be successful in trading. Yes, you can, but not with that mindset. If you already come with the mindset that you can't be successful, you've already lost. You've already lost. I remember Little League football, right? Back when I'm like 6, 7, 8 years old, right? We used to come off the bus cheering and chanting and pounding our pads and yelling Why do you think we did that? Is it because we liked song and dance? No. We wanted to intimidate the other team. We wanted to get off the bus being the biggest, baddest little 8-year-olds out there. And we wanted the other team to be like, oh, crap. We don't want to play them. We wanted them to lose before the match had already begun. And I'm telling you, if you have the mindset that you don't have a choice, you can't be successful, if you're making all these excuses, you're wasting all this energy making excuses on why you can't do it instead of looking for solutions on why you can do it, you've already lost. And if we were on an athletic field, I'd eat you for lunch. I love looking into another person's eyes who already lost. Eat them for lunch. Because my mindset is always the opposite. I'm a winner. Someone yelled at me the other day for being cocky when I said that. Did I say I'm a winner? But it's just true. I'm a winner. I don't always win, but I'm a winner. I approach everything like a winner. I approach everything with confidence. Doesn't always work out. I've got my fair share of losses in this world, a lot of them. But I approach everything confidently. I give my all. I give my all, I make my choice, and I go for it. And more times than not, it works out. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and then you reevaluate. You reevaluate, you replan, you don't lose any confidence, you go for it again. My trading story isn't great. You guys know my trading story. Lots of bumps and losses. You reset. You don't let it affect your confidence. You rebuild yourself and you approach the next round as confident as you can because you need to go into something 100% confident. It'll be very hard to succeed if you don't. So there's your motivational Monday. There you go, Greg. This thing fired me up. But I love that he answered my question for me. So my response might just be, you're welcome. The sentence that said, look at careers of people who have little choice. You said it right there. Little choice. Div Deep, he said, yeah, I'm going to keep working on Bob to make this deliberate success program a bigger thing. We see it firsthand on a small local basis, and it has amazing results. Now, it takes years. It takes years, and it doesn't work for everyone. You have to be open-minded and really commit, like anything else in life. But he does a great job, and it's mostly with women, mainly because I coach a women's track and field team. So we originally brought him in for that. But it's helped me massively. It's all about mindset. All about mindset. It's about self-confidence. I did a few podcasts with him. I shared a few of the podcasts with him from last year, I think 1 or 2. So if you get a chance, you can go back and watch them. But I'm gonna try and get him on again and do it. It may be like a 3-part series. Because he's a TED Talk organizer too, so he's always around these great minds. He can go on forever about anything, but it's good stuff. It's really good stuff. And again, it's literally just it's opening up your brain and reprogramming yourself. I would. Again, my hopes that he makes it. I've been trying to work because it's funny. He hates his job. He's a business owner, but he hates his job. But his job allows him freedom to do kind of the other cool stuff that he does. But I've been trying to encourage him. Like, look, man, make this. Don't just quit your job, but like make this your thing. And over the years, once he started doing it, he's like, I enjoy this so much more than my normal job. Like I've grown to hate my job because, it's a decent job, but he sees the value that it brings in the life that he changes with this other thing. And he's like, this is what my calling is. So I'm trying to encourage him to get an internet series, a YouTube series, an ebook, whatever, something, an online training, something available that people can log in. But that would be cool. I think, now I'm even more encouraged right now to kind of get on him about that. So I appreciate it. So anyway, thank you for allowing me to rant. This pissed me off this morning, but it made me chuckle as well because, I knew I was right and I love being in arguments when I'm right. But hopefully it gave you guys kind of insight. I'll get this Q&A up to you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the live room. Until next time, stay in trade, stay in plan.